I'm Jamie McDonald. Join me as we celebrate small businesses that make New York so unique. These New York Originals. Soggy, sloppy, drippy may not sound like words to describe a top-notch meal. But when you're talking about roast beef sandwiches, it's a ringing endorsement. And at Brennan and Carr in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, they've been perfecting these beefy beauties since the 1930s. So gentlemen, grab your napkins. Walking down Nostrum Avenue, you can't help but notice Brennan and Carr. Its Old English facade sticks out of an otherwise bland strip of chain stores. And rightly so, for this place has grub you can't get anywhere else in the Big Apple. Roast beef sandwiches. Not just any kind, mind you, but ones made the right way with the right ingredients, regardless of all the trouble involved. And that dedication spills out to the rest of their menu, a kind of comfort food hall of fame, if you will, that includes grilled burgers, pie a la mode, and even clam chowder. All of it perfectly in place in their cozy wood dining rooms.
We've kept the nostalgia of the restaurant, the type of place that we are. You know, we're not neon signs and fancy lights. We are who we are.
Not that it's nostalgia, mind you, that keeps them coming back.
Can't live here and not eat Brennan and Carr. It's like a delicacy. You have to eat it at least one time in your life, and then once you have it once, you can't stop eating it. You just have to have it. It's delicious. It's always fresh. It's made right when you order it, and it's just delicious.
Precisely the reason the current owners make them exactly the way the founders, Edward Brennan and Edward Carr, did. Two unlikely connoisseurs in the art of the roast beef sandwich.
Brennan and Carr were two carpenters in the early 30s that started building the restaurant. It was kind of just a takeout window type place.
Current owners, the Sullivan family, took over in 1970. A Brennan and Carr sandwich starts out with a top shelf cut of beef.
We get deliveries of boneless top rounds 3 times a week. We take off the necessary amount of fat. He'll save some of the fat. He'll tie back around the top rounds. That ensures a nice, even, and a safe cook. And the process now is it'll go into an oven here, set at 350 degrees, approximately an hour and a half. After we've just taken it out of the oven, he brings it over and he'll do just a light trim on it. We trap the natural juices from the meat and we collect all the juices that we cook all day long. We're dipping the roast beef back into its natural juice. We do a single dip, a double dip. Some people even like it where they have to use a knife and fork on it, where we have to take the ladle and we have to pour it on and soak this whole sandwich where they can't use their hands to pick it up.
And then enjoyed by all ages and walks of life.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, we have people that come here 5-6 days a week, you know. It seems to be a destination place when people want to visit Brooklyn, or people from Brooklyn, you know, come out of their way to come back and say hello and eat with us. You know, it's a fun part about the business, you know, seeing people that you knew from 25 years ago and they make their way back here.
Now, Brennan and Carr is open most nights until at least 1 a.m. They also have a rarity for most New York City eating establishments: a parking lot. Summer nights, it's usually filled with families getting their roast beef fix.